is going on? What is popping YouTube world? My name is Ghiman McKinney. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and my channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and I post every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right, you guys. Let's talk about Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott right now, guys, he's an MVP candidate. If we were to put our ballots in today, listen, Dak Prescott this year has been a top 5 quarterback this year. You know, he's been in the top 10, definitely, okay? When we look at Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey, all those guys are in the MVP conversation this year. And to me, Dak Prescott belongs in that conversation as well. Dak is having an MVP type year. I have to give him some credit. I've been critical of Dak Prescott to some degree on this channel, and rightfully so. But Dak Prescott, I gotta give the props where it's due. Dak Prescott has been delivering the goods this year. You know, this year, completing 67% of his passes, 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He leads the league in yards per game and total yards as far as passing yards thrown. Okay, so he leads the league in passing yards thrown and passing yards per game. Right now, Dak Prescott is second in QBR. And if you don't know what QBR is, it's pretty much a grading scale for quarterbacks, okay? So on a scale of 0 to 100, they grade you. Dak Prescott right now is second in the league. You know, better than Aaron Rodgers, better than Deshaun Watson, better than Tom Brady, better than everyone except Russell Wilson. That's how good Dak Prescott has been from an analytical standpoint, okay? And we got to ask the question, is Dak Prescott worth the money? Should he get paid in this offseason? By far, yes. Now, I don't like the fact that Dak Prescott didn't keep that same energy versus the Packers. He didn't play great. Didn't play great versus the Saints. There's no excuse for losing to Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. There's no excuse for that. But Dak Prescott has shown me personally enough flashes in his 4th season starting that I feel that you can win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott if you put the right coach around him. And I'll get to that in a little bit. I think that Dak Prescott, look, he's one of the quarterbacks that you can win a Super Bowl with. You know, obviously some things need to fall in place. You need to have the running game going. You need to have the offensive line in place. You need to have a real team around Dak Prescott. I don't think Dak Prescott can do what Aaron Rodgers did a couple years ago, winning the Super Bowl as a wild card. I don't think Dak Prescott can do what Eli Manning did, winning a Super Bowl versus Tom Brady as a wild card twice. I don't see Dak Prescott, you know, carrying a bad team to a Super Bowl or consistently carrying bad teams to playoff wins. But I think for 1 year in his career, you can win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. Heck, I mean, is Dak Prescott anywhere? Look, I want to ask you guys a question. How much better is Dak Prescott than Jared Goff? The gap is not too wide. And Jared Goff was in a Super Bowl last year. Dak Prescott is on Jared Goff's level. He might be a little bit better than Jared Goff. I don't know. I would trust Jared Goff a little bit more, but that's not my point. Nick Foles and Joe Flacco recently have won a Super Bowl. As great as Eli Manning is, as far as playoff Eli goes, Eli Manning's not been a great quarterback as far as consistency throughout his entire career. He's a Hall of Famer, but I think Dak Prescott is more talented than Eli Manning. You look. My thing with Dallas is Dak is no longer a liability. I felt a couple years ago, especially in the sophomore season, especially last year to some degree, Dak to some degree was a liability. And I don't think Dak Prescott's terrible. I've never said Dak Prescott's terrible. My thing with Dak Prescott is I think Dak Prescott, look, I have beef with Cowboys fans because they say, Dak Prescott's elite. Dak Prescott. You think Dak Prescott, we gotta win the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, man. He's better than Russell Wilson. He's better than Aaron Rodgers. These Cowboy fans annoy me. They annoy me with Dak Prescott and their evaluation of Dak Prescott because they're over their heads. But I think Dak Prescott's an above average quarterback. If you put enough parts around Dak Prescott, he can win you a Super Bowl. He can get you to the playoffs. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not even as talented as Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, in my opinion. But Dak Prescott's smart. He's accurate. He makes good decisions. And he's always been a great leader. And I love Dak Prescott's intangible. He's a great leader. My flaws with Dak Prescott and where I was straying toward saying Dak Prescott's not worth $30 million was he's too intended in his career when Ezekiel Elliott does not rush for 100 yards, okay? It was clear last year that Dak Prescott cannot elevate bad players on the outside wide receiver. And again, to some degree, those players were all-time bad. I mean, Cole Beasley, the corpse of him, Michael Gallup as a rookie. The Cowboys obviously needed help. But I do think that if they were in that situation with Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, they'd be a little bit better off. But again, worst offensive line. I mean, I don't think Dak Prescott's Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson, who can go to the playoffs behind the worst offensive line in football. He's not the type of guy that can carry bad defenses like Aaron Rodgers consistently year to year. My thing with Dak Prescott is you're not going to get A to A plus level quarterback play as far as the trajectory of his career each Sunday, but you're going to get B to B plus level quarterback play. And if you have a good enough team around Dak Prescott, that's good enough. That can win you a Super Bowl. And one of the reasons why I did not feel that the Cowboys should pay Dak Prescott all this money was because if you pay Dak Prescott all those amount of dollars, you're probably not going to be able to keep everyone in place. And I don't know if Dak Prescott can carry the team when things go off script. You know, we have a bad offensive line, when Zeke's not playing as well, when the wide receivers are not as open, when windows are tighter. Can Dak Prescott elevate and be that guy? I had questions about that. This year, the questions have been answered. I think Dak Prescott is good enough to win you a Super Bowl. You know, in my humble opinion, in order to win a Super Bowl, obviously you need defense. Obviously you need good special teams. Obviously you need things to go your way. But I think the automatic qualifiers for Super Bowl contenders, the reason why, as bad as the Kansas City Chiefs defense is, as bad as their running game is, the reason why the Chiefs have a shot every single year to win a Super Bowl is because they have an elite quarterback and, I think to some degree, an elite head coach in Andy Reid. I feel when all fails, in order to win a Super Bowl, if you can't get anything right, get the quarterback right and get the coach right. Now, in my opinion, you either need to have both an elite quarterback and an elite coach, or one or the other. And what I mean by that is a couple years ago, John Harbaugh won a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. John Harbaugh is an elite head coach, but Joe Flacco's not an elite quarterback. But the reason why that the Ravens won a Super Bowl was because, you know, John Harbaugh's that guy at head coach. You know, Big Ben Roethlisberger with Mike Tomlin. Big Ben Roethlisberger for a day in his life has never been an elite quarterback. He's never been that guy. He's always been just outside that. But Mike Tomlin's an elite head coach. You know, Kyle Shanahan with Jimmy G. I don't think Jimmy G is an elite quarterback, but Kyle Shanahan's a really, really good head coach. Last year in the Super Bowl, Sean McVay, elite head coach. Jared Goff's not elite, but you can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff because you have the coach to bring it out of him. As inconsistent as Doug Peterson has been this year, Doug Peterson in his Super Bowl run was an elite head coach. Nick Foles is not an elite quarterback, but he had Doug Peterson as his head coach. You know, the thing, again, Matt Ryan a couple years ago, Dan Quinn was not an elite head coach. Matt Ryan was an MVP quarterback. Aaron Rodgers with Mike McCarthy, he's always been an all-time great quarterback. Mike McCarthy's never been an elite head coach. Peyton Manning dragged 4 different head coaches to Super Bowls, okay? So Peyton Manning was the elite quarterback, but his coaches were never elite too, outside of maybe Tony Dungy. So I spilled on about that too much. Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, that's the perfect marriage. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, that's the perfect marriage. Jason Garrett and Dak Prescott are not the perfect marriage. But I can at least say to some degree that the Dallas Cowboys have stability at quarterback. It's not crazy to say right now that Dak Prescott's a top 10 quarterback right now. Now again, is he? Maybe. But again, he's closer to being a top 10 quarterback and a top 5 quarterback than he is to being one of the 13 to 15 best quarterbacks in football. The problem with Dallas is Jason Garrett. I'm going to say this right now. If Jason Garrett does not win a playoff game, if he does not make a deep playoff run, if he misses the playoffs this year, and I actually think Jason Garrett is going to do so, because I don't think this Dallas Cowboys team is better than the Eagles. Well, to some degree, I think they're better than the Eagles, but I still think the Eagles are going to win this division. So what does that mean? That means that Dallas is probably not making the playoffs. And again, it's going to be a bad look for Dak Prescott if he misses the playoffs in a contract year. But as bad as Dak played versus the Jets and the Packers and the Saints, the fact that he didn't get it done versus Kirk Cousins in prime time, even though that game was not his fault, you can't solely blame Dak Prescott for the Cowboys' shortcomings this year. The Cowboys have all the parts to win a Super Bowl. Okay? They even traded for Michael Bennett, elite cornerback, elite linebackers, elite pass rushers. Elite offensive line. Weapons all over. They're not the Kansas City Chiefs, but Michael Gallup is pretty good. Randall Cobb is pretty good. Amari Cooper is pretty good. Blake Jarwin is a solid tight end. Jason Witten is a solid tight end. They have good players all over. But why has this team been underachieving, and why are they not a top 2 seed? Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's the issue. It's not Dak Prescott no longer. I've come to a point with Dak Prescott where he's put up enough numbers and he's played well enough to where I believe if you have the right head coach for Dak Prescott, he can win you a Super Bowl. But Jason Garrett, for 10 years, has held this Cowboys team back. And it's really funny. I feel like Dallas Cowboys fans are just now starting to realize that. And I've been telling Cowboys fans for years and years and years, Jason Garrett's not the guy. And Cowboys fans have told me, no, Jason Garrett's the guy. I like Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's the right fit head coach. Jason Garrett's the reason we came back from being 3-5 last year. Jason Garrett is great. No, Jason Garrett is just great at clapping. That's what Jason Garrett is great at. Clapping on the sideline. That's what Jason Garrett is great at. And again, I don't think Jason Garrett's a terrible head coach, but sometimes you need special quarterback play. Sometimes you need special head coaches to win Super Bowls. Why look at Aaron Rodgers? That's special. Why look at Bill Belichick and Tom Brady? That's special. Why look at Pete Carroll as a head coach? That's special. Dak has enough specialness in him to where if they get some home playoff games, he can win a Super Bowl for you. Okay? Jason Garrett is not a terrible head coach. He's made the playoffs a couple years. He has a winning percentage over 55%. That's pretty good. You know, he's not a terrible head coach. He'll make the playoffs. But 2 playoff wins in 10 years is not cutting it. Not with this Dallas team. And it's one of those things where I really feel this way with the Houston Texans. I feel like that Bill O'Brien's a solid head coach, but I don't know if Deshaun Watson will ever prosper the way he needs to prosper with Bill O'Brien as his head coach. And I feel that same way about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has taken that next step in his career to where I feel like that as long as Jason Garrett is his head coach, he's always going to be held back. And I think to some degree that's Dak Prescott's fault, because I don't think Dak Prescott's an elite quarterback. I don't think he's ever going to be an elite quarterback. He'll be close. But the thing about Dak is Jason Garrett's holding him back. Jason Garrett is the problem in Dallas. And Jason Garrett, he's on the hot seat for me right now. Now, I don't know how Jerry Jones feels about, what's his name? Jason Garrett. I don't know. But my bottom line is that Jason Garrett has to get it done. Jason Garrett has to be better. And until the Cowboys get rid of Jason Garrett, they will never prosper. And Dak may never win a Super Bowl. But again, that's just my opinion. And Cowboys fans, as always, I still, to some degree, feel you guys are obnoxious fans. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.